Hello Libra, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for your August 2023 Tarotscope. It is my absolute pleasure and such a blessing to be here with you. So thank you for sharing your time, your energy, your attention, and of course your company with me. In the description box below, you will find links to all sorts of goodies. You will also find a timestamp if you would like to jump to the start of your reading. But please do keep in mind that this is a collective reading, not a personal reading, so only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. We are going to be looking at how you grew last month, what truth you are ready to have revealed to you, how this truth will challenge you, how this truth will bless you, and what guidance will best support your evolution moving forward. So let's dive in, Libra, and see what August is bringing for you. Father, Mother, Life, Universe, Spirits, Guides, Angels, our cosmic team, our ancestors, our higher selves. Tell us, please, how did Libra grow last month in July 2023? How did Libra grow? Thank you. What truth is Libra ready to have revealed to them, please? What truth is Libra ready to have revealed to them? For some of you, I feel like, how do I say, you may think that you're not ready for this truth, or when it hits you, maybe you're going to feel like you weren't ready for it, but truthfully, I mean, at the core of your being, you are ready, right? It just may be something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable, or encourages you to make take certain actions. But I do feel that, thank you, yeah, you are ready, even if you think you're not, okay? How will this truth challenge Libra, please? Thank you. How will this truth bless Libra? Thank you. Tell us more, please, about how Libra grew last month. Okay. Tell us more about the truth that Libra is ready to have revealed to them. Okay. Tell us more about how this truth will challenge Libra. Thank you. Tell us more about, thank you. And what guidance will best support Libra in their evolution? What guidance will best support Libra in their evolution, please? Thank you. All right, let's dive in. How did you grow last month, Libra? We do have the law of Dharma, transform your pain into your purpose. So I do feel here for some of you, you may have started to see how things that have taken place in your life have led you to the place that you are. Or perhaps you may have started to see how you have grown through the things that have caused you pain. Though they may have been uncomfortable, traumatic, painful, you may have suffered, been disappointed, it still has molded you in some way, right? It has still taught you certain things about yourself, about the world, and more importantly, I feel like it's taught you how strong you truly are. If you have given yourself the opportunity to reflect on the things that you've experienced, you have likely, if you've allowed yourself, been able to see how you have been able to triumph and overcome over all of these things. I mean, you've survived this far, right? So nothing has stopped you. Nothing has, let's say, killed you off, if you will. I know that may sound kind of um, blunt, but it just feels very much like there is this growth that has taken place where you are learning or have learned that through all of that, you've discovered your strength. Okay, even if you have had times where you felt like you couldn't make it, you wanted to give up, you couldn't keep going, you have persevered. And again, I feel like you've been shown this. Look at the waters behind her, if you can see that. I mean, they look very chaotic, deadly even perhaps. Her hair's blowing in the wind. There's the lightning behind her. There are storms there. But in front of her is this lion, and that is your inner strength that has been guiding you, that has been carrying you through, right? It has, like I said, it's gotten you this far. And so I do feel like, again, you have been shown how strong you really are. And you may have been more willing, if you will, to acknowledge that, to sink into that strength, to recognize it, and to essentially celebrate yourself, or at least give yourself some props for everything that you've been through, right? Yeah, we also have the Knight of Cups here. And this is, I feel, where you've went introspective, if you will. You've allowed yourself to dive inwardly, and to how do I say this? It really feels like you've allowed yourself to be a little bit more honest with yourself, right? For some of you, maybe you've been pretty hard on yourself and the things you've experienced. And maybe there are times that you're like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm always messing things up, stuff like this. And I just feel that there have been nudges from the universe, or you've been getting these messages, or having memories come up or something, where it is saying, but wait a minute here. Open your heart up to yourself. Be compassionate towards yourself. Look at yourself. Be sensitive to the things that you've experienced, and understand the strength that it took to get to that point. Recognize that you have to kind of embody this optimistic or idealistic way of being in order to keep going. You had to have some kind of faith, right? And this is what I feel like you may have learned, or the way that you may have grown in the past month. Maybe this is something that started previously, right? I'm not saying you look like this all came together last month, just over the course of the month. I feel like this may have been something that you have been moving towards over a period of time. But it definitely feels to me like perhaps you had a moment where all of a sudden you're just like, you know what? I have been through a lot. And I'm proud of myself for getting through all of the stuff that I've been through. Right? So, I feel like there's, if I could, I would hug you, because, again, it just feels like there's this recognition of yourself. And I think that's pretty powerful. So, what truth are you ready to have revealed to you, Libra? The law of time. You have the ability to bend time with the power of perception. Okay, so right off the cuff, what I have coming in here is, for whatever reason, you may have been somebody who maybe you're kind of anxious, right? Maybe you find yourself looking to the future often, wondering, when things are going to come together, when things are finally going to go right, when things are going to feel good, when you're going to feel good, when life is going to feel good, right? When are the like, when will the wheel spin, type of thing. And if you resonate with that, I feel that the truth that you're ready to have revealed to you is that you can pull yourself out of that anxiety by being present in the moment, by allowing yourself to be where you are and to enjoy. How do I say this? It's like when you're present in the moment, when you're in the here and now, when you are fully invested in your surroundings, right? When you are just with the people you're with, or you're in your own body, you're not, worrying about what you're doing tomorrow or 5 minutes from now, or what's going to unfold in the next few minutes. There comes this relief. There comes this, um, you take this weight off of yourself, and you don't, how do I say this? It's like you're not always exhausted, right? So I do feel that for some of you, it's like if you're more present in the moment, you kind of tend to slow life down. 11:11 on the clock. Um, right. So I feel like this is, a big part of what you're waking up to, the opportunity that is going to become available to you, these epiphanies that are coming into the light. I feel like when you're present in the moment, you kind of slow life down a bit. Um, it doesn't feel like life is just passing you by. And I feel like this is something that you may be ready to have revealed to you. I am going to read from the book for you for this card just to get some deeper insights on this truth. But certainly it does feel like you don't feel like you're running out of time when you're present in the moment, right? Okay. So it says here, ready? Time is an illusion. Okay. The extent to which you focus on the doing is the extent to which you will experience a lack of time. The extent to which you focus on being is the extent to which you will experience time being limitless. Furthermore, your perception creates the experience of time. For example, work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. In its demanding of energy upon universal law, that all energy forms declare it is done. Upon pulling this card, you are deemed the anointed one. It is up to you to make the declaration of who you desire to be and what you desire to experience in this lifetime. Remember, this is not a dress rehearsal. Make the most of every moment. This is the universe asking for your order. Rise to the occasion and become the person you have always desired to be. Every time you notice yourself not being present, take 10 deep and slow breaths. Journal about what you experience, right? So, again, I feel like you are ready to experience the truth of time, right? Of allowing yourself to be more present in the moment and not jumping out of your body, not worrying about what you're doing or should be doing or could be doing, right? But about being where you are. So to clarify, you have the Seven of Wands here. And this is, first of all, this is an energy of faith. Okay, sevens, it's an energy of faith. It is also an energy of control. So I do feel like there's something here about having that control over your mind, being present in the moment, um, being more in control of yourself and guiding yourself, as it were. But I also feel, how do I say, yeah, I mean, this really does feel to me like, yeah, it really, you guys, I mean, I'm like, okay, wait. I'm kind of like finding myself kind of wandering away, if you will, from this idea of of maintaining control over yourself, but then I keep being brought back to it. It's like, no, no, nope, come back, come back. So if you look at the woman in the card here, like she's just sitting, right? She is just being. And here's the thing about her. She has all of these wands pointed at her. And the Seven of Wands can be this energy of like mounting a defense or maybe an act of aggression or something. But there's this energy of like, look, I don't care what demands are being made of me. I'm just going to be present in this moment. I'm going to be in my own bubble. I'm going to be where I am, right? It doesn't matter what is trying to distract me from where I am currently. I'm just going to be. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. You also have here Judgment in the reverse. This is so fascinating because I do feel that, right? This is harsh judgment of self. This is like a skewed self-image, right? And so I do feel that, you know, you may have found yourself, again, like I was speaking on earlier, judging yourself very harshly, or, you know, not having the perspective needed in order to allow yourself to be, right? Again, part of that is that whole idea of like, I'm always screwing things up. I don't know what I'm doing. You know, why does this always happen? Stuff like that. And really, I feel that, you know, that truth is, again, when you're more present in the moment, when you allow yourself to just be and aren't judging yourself so harshly, or not so critical of yourself, or looking at yourself in this very skewed kind of way, then you can just be. And I think this is a big part of where God, the universe, where your evolution is trying to take you. Right? I feel like it's trying to help you move away from that, first of all, that like maybe a lack of self-awareness, but also perhaps moving away from any doubt or self-loathing, right? But putting you back into your body, helping you to just be where you are, right? So that you can see yourself more honestly. Also have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Again, first of all, tens completion, number one. So I do feel like this is bringing you to a stage where you are meant to be letting things go and moving away from some of these belief systems or thought patterns that you may have had that have been limiting you or stagnating you. But with the Ten of Wands here, it really does feel like the more you how would you say, the less in your body you are, the less in the moment you are, the less you allow yourself to be, the more you judge yourself harshly, the more you look at yourself in a way that, you know, you're very critical of yourself and are, how would you say, yeah, it just feels like the more, I don't even know how to explain it because it keeps coming through as this like energy of like maybe that loathing, like the more you loathe yourself or feel the shame or unworthiness or guilt or whatever it is, like this worthlessness, the more stressed you're going to be, the more energy you're going to burn through, right? And eventually, you know, it's going to burn you out. Like certainly there are things that we should be taking responsibility for, you know, for ourselves, and certain things that we should be doing. But you know, living in the past and carrying that with us is not one of them. You know, you forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know at the time, and you allow yourself to just be in the here and the now, right? You're likely to make mistakes in the future. It happens. It's all part of the learning process. The things that show up that maybe are uncomfortable or painful, or whatever are more likely than not lessons. They are happening for us in some way, shape, or form. They act as catalysts for our growth, for our evolution, right? So worrying about the past, like it's already done, there's nothing that you can do right now to change it other than to allow it to teach you something. And the past, or in the future, worrying about what could go wrong only takes you out of this moment and causes you to miss out on whatever's going around presently, right? It just kind of speeds time up a bit. So I feel that, allowing yourself to set down the past and to move forward from it and to start to see yourself from where you are currently is the truth that is ready to be revealed to you. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, Libra. You have the four of swords as well, which is again that energy of restlessness, burning out, and stress, right? So again, I feel like the big truth here for you is that when you are present in the moment, you separate yourself or remove yourself, you let go of that harsh judgment, you let go of that weight, those burdens of the past or whatever it is that can create stress and burnout for you, right? Those things that make you feel uncomfortable in your own experience. That's a big truth. I mean, and it's not an easy one either. So give yourself some grace. Be patient with yourself. Be compassionate towards yourself, right? Let yourself experience let yourself be, okay? Um that is something I would say. Just let yourself be, right? You are learning. Okay? We are all learning. And to let yourself do that, release any fear that you have. How will this challenge you? Yeah, the law of eternality. Live like you're dying. This is going to challenge you by asking you to be present in the moment, right? And sometimes being present in the moment means you're feeling things that you maybe weren't ready for, that you are dealing with things that maybe you don't want to deal with, that maybe you're uncomfortable, right? Um, and it's essentially not escaping from what is actually going on, whether it be, in your external surroundings or within you. Oftentimes, and I say this all the time, I am guilty of it as well. When we don't want to deal with our own internal things, we'll use escapist um type things. We'll scroll on our phone for hours and hours and hours, or we'll just we'll work hard, we'll dive into that, we'll dive into anything else but what it is that we are truly experiencing, right? And so I feel like this is going to challenge you by asking you to be present in the moment. I also feel like it's going to challenge you by asking of you what is truly going to make you happy. Right? Because here's the thing, and this has been a repeating theme throughout some of these Tarotscopes. So trust me, you're not alone. But I feel like one of the other thing that this is going to ask you to do, and how this is going to challenge you, is it's going to bring to the surface the fact that anyone outside of yourself at any given point can leave your life for whatever reason or for no reason whatsoever. And that being said, you have to find what makes you happy, because you have to live with you for the rest of your life. No one else has to do that. Not your family, not your person, not your children, not your friends, not anybody but you. So I feel like it's really going to challenge you by asking you to dive deep and figure out what makes you happy. Truly, fully, what brings you joy. You also have here the law of emergent evolution. Make a new declaration for your life. Yeah, like I said, it was coming in before I even turned it over, right? It is about establishing this new way of being. Again, asking yourself, what is going to make me happy? What is going to bring fulfillment and joy and peace and love into my experience? What do I really want, right? Figuring that out, actually slowing down enough to figure that out, being present in yourself enough to figure that out, and declaring that over your life, moving from that space. I mean, this is one of those moments where, or one of those readings where it's like, the truth will set you free, but first it's going to hurt. Okay, this spiritual evolution is hard. It is hard, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. And anybody who tells you it is easy or a cakewalk is lying. They are lying, because it is very, very hard. It is very challenging, but you have everything you need. And I say that with absolute certainty. You have everything you need within you to overcome any challenge you face ever. You truly, truly do. Right? So, again, the challenge here for you, I feel, is figuring out what you want and moving in that direction, allowing that discovery within yourself to transform your life. It's going to bring you peace. There are doves here that are telling me that, that's how it's coming through anyways, is it's going to bring this peace into your experience, right? And transform you with all of those butterflies, right? To clarify, yeah, you have the 10 of Cups. Again, what is going to bring you peace? What is going to bring you fulfillment? What is going to make your dreams come true? What is going to bring you joy? I mean, you have 2 10s out here. Okay, that tells me, Libra, that you have this opportunity to complete cycles, to move forward, to leave your past behind, to truly experience something different if you choose to. And again, I feel like the challenge is following what you know and feel within your being will bring you that fulfillment, will make you happy, what will bring you peace and joy. You cannot make this stuff up. So how is this going to then bless you? I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, but it does say here, the law of vibration. Practice the art of not knowing and start flowing. So it's going to raise your vibrational frequency, and you're going to experience more of those higher vibrational feelings, like peace, like enthusiasm, like happiness, like acceptance, like confidence, like joy, like love, like power, like compassion, right? Abundance. You're going to be experiencing more of those things. It is going to transform your life. Butterflies again. It is going to bring changes into your experience and transform your life. Right? You're going to feel less burdened, because it's like, practice the art of not knowing and start flowing. What does flowing mean? If you think of like a river, if you have weight tied around your ankle, you're not going freaking anywhere, right? But if you release yourself from that, then you can flow with the water. And it can take you to somewhere magical, somewhere you've never been before, right? To clarify, yeah, you have death and rebirth in the reverse, which is coming through as this energy of metamorphosis. It's going to allow you to release the, how would you say, the okay, so here's the thing. In the reverse, this energy can be about resisting change, fighting the passage of time, not wanting to leave the past behind, not being able to put it behind you, and it can stagnate you. Okay, so This is likely to bless you by allowing you to move forward, allowing you to transform, allowing you to begin a new cycle, allowing you to put the past behind you. Right? I mean, really, death and rebirth, and this again is another theme that has been coming up repeatedly throughout these Tarotscopes for this month. It is a natural part of life. It just is, right? It's in the seasons, it is with animals, it's with plants, it's with us, it is with relationships, it's with jobs, it's with hobbies, it's with likes, dislikes, it's with freaking fashion trends. It just is, right? And if we can acknowledge that and we can allow ourselves to integrate that understanding into our being, we can practice that non-attachment. We can let things go when they no longer are serving us, right? We can flow and let God, let the universe, let life carry us to where we need to be so that we can evolve. Not just in our materialistic physical reality in this incarnation, but as souls, as eternal divine souls. Okay? Because whatever it is that you are experiencing, you're going to have to atone for it at some point or another, whether it be in this incarnation or another incarnation, right? We have to purify our heart. We have to atone for the things in our experience in order to evolve as a soul. So what is it that is going to help you to purify your heart, to align with God, to bring you happiness, to bring you joy? What is going to help you to do that? What do you have to release in order to do that, in order for that to bless your life? Okay, so what guidance will best serve you on your path to evolution? Yeah, align your life. What is not what is not aligned or needs to change? Like I was saying, what do you have to let go of in order to find happiness? What do you have to release? What do you have to let flow? What are you resisting? Right? The guidance is release it. Let it go. When you do that, you open yourself up to what God has waiting for you. I'm being reminded, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but there's a picture out there floating around socials where it's Jesus and this child. And the child has this little stuffed animal like this big in their hands, right? It's this tiny little thing. And Jesus is asking for that stuffed animal. And essentially, the child is like, oh, but I don't want to give it up. Well, behind Jesus's back is this big stuffed animal, right? It's like Jesus is saying, if you give me that, I will give you something better. So in other words, if you release these things that you are holding on to, you will be given something better in its place. But God cannot do that, right? If you are still holding on to the other thing, right? So ask yourself, what is not aligned or what needs to change? What do you need to let go of? And yeah, Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided, right? So the other guidance is that right, in your being somewhere or another, you know the truth. You know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly what will make you happy. You know what will bring you joy, right? You know what you have to let go of. Trust what you are, how do I say? Trust the messages that are coming through to you. Trust the nudges that are coming through to you. Trust your intuition. You have it for a reason, right? Trust what God is speaking to you. Your angels are speaking to you. The signs that you are getting. Use your discernment. As always, use your discernment. Pray about it, meditate on it, journal about it, whatever you need to do to get that confirmation for you, but trust what is coming in. You know, at your core, in your being, you know what will make you happy. You know what needs to be released. You know what is not aligned. Whether that be people, jobs, living arrangements, if it's foods, behavioral patterns, thought patterns, limiting beliefs, trauma, wounds, whatever it is, you know what it is. Trust the guidance you are being given. And you certainly found your way to this reading for a reason. Right? More often than not, tarot oracle readings, they tell you what you already know. You already know it, and have your energy has aligned with it. Right? Trust yourself and trust the guidance that you are being given. So Libra, wow, what a powerful month for you, or the opportunity for it to be a powerful month. One, certainly of release, and certainly of the ending of cycles, the ability to move on, to find fulfillment, to find happiness, for things to come full circle and for you to move forward. You do have some major arcana coming out here, so certainly a month of growth for you, and learning those more hidden or those deeper things about yourself, having them come to the surface should you allow them to. Trust in yourself. Trust that this is a process that you are learning, and forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know. Allow yourself to learn. Allow yourself to experience what you need to in order to evolve, in order to grow, in order to put down some of the burdens that you've been carrying, and allow yourself to be transformed. Thank you so very much for joining me. That is what I have for you for this month. If something in this reading has resonated for you or been valuable for you, please do the YouTube things by liking, sharing, commenting below, or subscribing. It really does help the channel to grow, and I truly, truly appreciate it. So thank you so very much for doing that. I hope and pray that you take care of your powerful, knowing, wise, strong soul. Peace be with you and within you. Have an amazing month, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.